Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Stellaris Leviathans. When we last left off, we had just met the Kyrium Ancients, our friendly little, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I was gonna say that their symbol looked kind of like a rat with a crown on. Now that I think about it, I guess if you look at it, it does kind of look like their little bird faces there, I suppose. I guess, maybe. And... oh wait, what's this? This leader does not shy away from conflict, reducing the seed planet war demand cost. Oh, that's interesting. I was also thinking to myself that, you know how I've been talking about, I believe, in some of the recent episodes about how I feel the diplomacy side of the game is a tad bit lacking. And I was thinking to myself, you know what would actually really make things, like a bit more than like just having the sort of like harmony, like a whole empire-wide personality, if they also added in so that those ruler traits had more of an impact on the kind of actions that rulers would do, similar to what happened with Rights of Man with ruler personality traits in EU4. More power hubs, that does sound pretty good. Solar, now I'm gonna go for this, 40 months. We're way behind on our science agenda, I would say. More power. We need to be producing a lot more power so that we can produce a lot more robots. Because robots are the future, my friends. And if you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. It's true. They're the future. Get used to it. Alrighty then, let's see here. Put in a power plant. Put in a science lab. We're gonna have lots of science labs. Science lab. Also build another robot. There is a part of me that feels like maybe I should be investing a little bit more in other things. Or rather, like, specializing planets. Like, because this is an asteroid-y type planet, maybe it would make more sense to... I'm building a science lab here, right? Well, I am now. Excellent. Alright. We're making some progress. Alright. Wait. Skill plus 4. What? Oh, that would be this guy. No. Oh yeah, there it is. Plus 4. Alright, never mind. Didn't understand at all what was going on there for a second, but oh well. Alright, we've spent a fair amount to hopefully kickstart our economy. We've found another primitive civilization that are in a steam age. Ooh. Nice. Let's see here. Why are they all xenophobes? I mean, they're not all xenophobes, but it seems like I keep coming across xenophobes. Desert world, Arctic world. Man, there's this like whole sector of this whole quadrant is pretty much dead, it feels. I mean, there is life, but at the same time, it feels like there's a pretty... I guess mostly because there's this gap, which I guess makes sense, because this is a gap in the arms of the spiral, so I guess it makes sense that there would be that sense of distance, because there is the whole distance between the spirals. Anyway, an anomaly requires extensive probing, but could garner a substantial find. Well, I'll trust you on that one. Hopefully it is quite substantial. This always makes me think that it's, like, way in their territory, because the star itself is up here, but its actual positioning is down there. Or at least, you know, the thing that marks its space on the stellar map. Failure? Do not make any more mistakes. Don't worry, Nameless One. You know, at some point I really should fill in names for everyone. I don't know what happened there that seems to have caused that glitch. But oh well. There will be time for that, eventually. I guess let's kind of survey down here. I do want to explore and figure out what our friends down here are doing. Why, hello there. Found many lies throughout the galaxy, but we will ensure that the truth is omnipresent. I mean, they do like us a lot. Would you like to... I don't know. That'll cost me influence. Yes, I don't want to do that. Defensive pact, non-aggression pact. Alright, because of our distance, they're not really willing to do that. I guess that's okay. That science chip. Why is it that clicking on you doesn't show this little line here? Oh well. Anyway, we'll continue our surveying. Hopefully there's no monsters in this maelstrom here, this black hole.
System survey complete.
Oh, but there could be. There could be a monster in this hole. Ooh. I don't know why I felt compelled to do that. I just thought it was funny. Tropical world. Oh, we have unemployed people. Can't have unemployed people. Not on my planet. I guess at this point there's really no point in building a visitor center since it's going to be pretty crowded in here. Mostly robots. Wait, incidentally, would you guys be interested in a migration treaty? Let's see. What? You don't allow free pop migration? What? I thought I had raised you to be better than that. You're a republic. And you're evangelizing... Really? But you're xenophobe. I thought I had raised you to be better than that. Apparently not. It saddens me, really.
System survey complete.
Well, we might have to go to some kind of liberation war against you guys.
Research complete.
Ooh, what does this one do again? Ah, yes, extra habitability. That's always cool. Share the burden. Not bad. More leader capacity. That will be pretty important in the not-too-distant future, so let's do that. 25 months. Man, that is disgusting. I need to dramatically improve the science output that we have going on here. Much more science is required. Much more science. Ooh, we've contacted someone. Hello. The Oned Quarak Coalition, you say? Oh, Warthog people. Hello. We're also evangelizing zealots. Let's see. Archon Obelglor sends regards from the ruling councillor of the Oned Quarak Coalition. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but be warned that our military will respond to any transgression near our space with maximum force. Well, as fellow Star Explorers, we salute you. Okay, where do you live? You live down there, okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, one of our science ships got blown up not too long ago, didn't they? Maybe I should build another one. You know what, I will. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, we're gonna... Our energy problems are completely solved for all time now. Oh wait, those weren't actually all power plants. But I thought they were for a second. Alrighty then. Ah yes, we also still need to get over here so we can do something about these glowy things and get that tree of life. I mean, who doesn't want a tree of life? We'll kind of do this and then this. Alright. Won't queue up too much at first.
Research.
Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Alright, now we've got even better robots. Ah, more explosive weapons damage. But that is actually kind of useless. Explosive weapons in the current build of the game and missiles are actually, from what I understand, pretty damn useless. But we could always trade them to anyone who does use them. I mean, well, they're useless against anyone with point defense, because apparently point defense is way too effective, and I was actually reading an interesting little thing on the Stellaris Reddit that seems to indicate that the way missiles work, like, they kind of underpower themselves, because I guess what happens is missiles, compared to every other weapon, they ridiculously overcompensate the amount of missiles required to kill a target. So what ends up happening is they fire way too many missiles at one target, forget the other targets, and then... yeah. Which is rather unfortunate, I would say. You know what? We are going to build another colony ship, which we're going to plop in this system right here. That should help expand our borders. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? There's no point, I think, in building observatories yet, given the present situation. Let's do that. That way we're at least building something. Only 2.4 per month. So sad that it takes forever to build robots. Anyway, but we have more advanced robots now. We have even more droid upgrades. Or at least we should. Shouldn't we? Pretty sure we should have droid upgrades too at this point. Maybe it takes a while to tick over to everyone. Or maybe only new robots will get it. Pretty sure that's not how it works, because... Yeah, because everyone gets the upgrades. Might take a while to roll out. Well, might as well keep building more robots. Alrighty then. There we go. We'll just fill up the planet. We'll worry about migration and stuff later. The key thing is we have awesome robots. Awesome robots that will outcompete everybody. What are we most behind in? I guess in bio stuff, so we'll go do that. And then we'll kind of flop you around like this again, because now that that's been built. And we'll also queue up some more robots. Because we need all the robots we can possibly squeeze. There are robots everywhere, and they all have all kinds of different lights. Little glowy lights. Good for them. Alright. Alright, I'm very happy with how this is going. We actually could probably start building up our navy to take these guys out. And by take them out, I mean liberate them of their oppressive government. Right? I mean, who wants to live under an oppressive regime of collectivism? It disgusts me. Almost like going neutral. Alright, so we've got our fancy robots here. And that plus 45% habitability is really amazing, I would say. Because it pretty much means, actually just out of curiosity, 65%, that's not bad. Basically, we can live on any planet at all, which I like. Alright, we're going to colonize this place, which is actually so good that it has... Actually, this would be the best place, because that way we get adjacency bonuses on the most things. Yeah, I like that. How second this? Okay. Let's randomize that. We have no random names. I'll call you Tau Beta. There we go. Very good. So our empire is continuing to grow and prosper. I feel like we're over the hump now. We're basically at a point where the resources are flowing and success is all but guaranteed. We have encountered some new aliens. Hello. Ooh. Oh, that's those guys. Okay, it's only gonna take 2 months. We probably don't want to be in... Oh, there was actually nothing exciting in that black hole. Which is a bit of a shame. Okay, there's gotta be some kind of glitch going on where they just... Like, clicking on the ship just plain old doesn't... It doesn't react. This isn't the other science ship, is it? No. Oh yeah, it's the science ship from beyond. Alright, that might explain why it's not responding as much. Or something. I have no idea. I truly have no idea. But there are gas ball people over there. Interesting. And they're pretty powerful gas ball people. Also, let's see, ship designer. Do we have better weapons or anything of that? Oh, we do actually have better weapons. So we could be upgrading some of our stuff. Alright, some corvettes, some better sensors. We don't actually have any armor or shields or anything. We don't even have better power yet. That's awful. Let's squeeze in a bit more power here, because having extra power does improve your evasion, I think it is. You get a bonus to... Is it evasion or combat speed? I forget, but you get a bonus for... Yeah, there you go, excess power. It's not much, but it's a little bit. And every little bit helps.
Survey complete.
I like this music.
Special project complete.
I love the music in this game. It's just so perfect. Let's see. An investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded a surprising result. Well, yeah, we're familiar with that particular event. I guess I don't need to read it. And maybe I should have, but I feel that's one of those things where Like, we know it so well at this point. Now, let's upgrade our ships. Actually, no. Let's not upgrade our ships until we're actually ready to go to war. Then we'll upgrade them. More engineering. Oh, a railgun. An even better weapon. Plasma thrusters. Actually, everything is about the same here. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and unlock destroyers. Because assuming we get destroyers before these guys do, then... Let's see, non-aggression pact. Assuming... You know, let's just randomly send an insult to them. The cowardice of the Imperial cruel colonies is widely discussed in the Gaslight Empire. How is it that you became such a spineless nation? Impertinent scum, you will come to regret this. I'm sure you will. But we'll liberate you first so that you understand the mistakes you have made in your life. Let's see. Accepted request. I kind of hope they give us something cool. Because I have heard of it. Let's see. Cloudburster. Yeah, that's not really that useful. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that useful. A Xeno Zoo. 10% happiness. Oh! Actually, that reminds me, before I wrap up, in my continued thoughts on ways to make the Stellaris game a bit more interesting, I was thinking to myself, and let's kind of zoom into a planet while we're at it. Hang on. I feel... Let's upgrade the capital while we're at it, and make this an engineering facility. I feel that... So as you may recall, one of my big things is that, personally, I don't really like the whole war kind of aspect of the game. Mostly because I don't like this interface that much. I mean, it's kind of unique in the sense that, like, unlike in a lot of games, you have to actually choose what you want out of the war. Like, it's not just, well, we're going to war and then we'll take whatever the hell we feel like, even though that sometimes kind of happen in real life. But, you know, you sort of have to, like, set actual objectives, like what you want to get out of a war. But I feel, and plus, war is basically the only way to capture people and convert people and grow your land, at least for a good part of the game, unless you find a particularly small backwater nation that didn't really grow much, or if you uplift one and make them a vassal. But I feel it would be a lot more interesting if planets could exert pressure. And I feel like Paradox is aware of this kind of notion, and I think they're working towards it. I feel like they are, based on some of the stuff that they've been hinting at for upcoming patches. But I feel like having a culture and tourism kind of functionality in the game, and a way for that sort of cultural influence to eventually maybe result in bordering planets, flipping hands and stuff to happen. And I think a cool way to do that would be to have more buildings that you could build that added culture, and like have it like that as maybe like a separate thing from influence. Like maybe tie them together to a certain extent, but have like a culture and tourism sort of, I guess tourism would be a resource that would work sort of like the science-y resource, or the science resources here. And culture would sort of tie into influence, maybe? I'm trying to think of how these things would work. And, you know, in order to build them up, you would build, like, say a visitor center, but then maybe, like, make, like, double the strength of this visitor center assigned for xenophiles, and then make, like, a regular tourist attraction or tourist site or something, whatever you want to call it, for everyone else. And in addition to migration attraction, it would also produce tourism and some culture and stuff like that. But further, have buildings like this that also, like, as they're pressing your culture, they could influence nearby systems. And if a system has, or, you know, if you're pushing your culture and it actually sort of overwhelms a nearby culture, you would push your borders, maybe flip planets, stuff like that, and encourage people to join you. And maybe, and also play into the whole, where's the faction screen on this? Ah, here it is. Yeah, like, they're changing the faction system, and seeing as there's no factions here, I can't really show it, but have it so that you could, when you're playing around with the factions on this screen, like, it needs to have more going on for it, which I believe it will, based on some of the preview screens for ideas they're working on. And like I figure make factions function more like the estates from EU4, and accept even more interaction. So you could be doing all kinds of stuff. Maybe make them randomly give random events, because I feel that's something that Stellaris sorely misses at this point, especially if you're either playing in a particularly crowded empire or crowded galaxy where, you know, the anomalies, they get kind of all scooped up pretty quickly. We need just random events that, you know, every month something could fire. You know, maybe one of the factions makes a demand, maybe one of your neighbors is doing something. And I also feel having this whole culture and tourism and influence and stuff like that, that would kind of start feeding into an espionage system, because then you could have your spies trying to build or force, or I guess win over sympathetic factions in rival empires. So instead of kind of the situation that's going on here, I could be actively, passively trying to, I don't know, maybe get like some kind of militarist faction over here, like let's say on Figazar, to rebel, and then maybe, depending on how that works out, depending on how much influence I've exerted, maybe Figazar, it wouldn't just become an independent nation, but it would actually defect to me. And of course, these guys, being pacifists, would be very definitely trying to do the same thing back to me, because that would be how they see as a legitimate way of spreading their reach, their influence, instead of doing it through war. And another thing that would also give espionage is, I've been playing a lot of Civ 6 lately, and I like the whole, like, stealing great works and stuff. I think some kind of great works system in Stellaris would be good. I mean, there's plenty of space right here on the sidebar. You could have, or right here even, so you can have another tab for, like, great works, and maybe you can build, like, museums and art and produce stuff of that nature. Like, maybe with your culture resource, you could use that to purchase, like, not only, like, maybe influencing your culture in other planets, but you could also use it to build up your own culture sort of defensively, which would also, in turn, build even more culture, so you could push it out offensively, and you build museums, and then you could spend culture to fill those museums with cool, great works and artifacts you find on various planets and stuff like that. And that also, I think, now that I think about it, that could add even more to science vessels later on in the game, because after you've already explored all the planets, maybe later in the game you can then do some xenoarchaeology and return to planets that you've explored before and get a second chance at finding artifacts and stuff, which I think would be interesting. I don't know, I'm just spitballing random ideas here that I think would add a bit more to just peaceful interaction, non-wartime interaction, so there's more to do than just, if you want to get stronger, go to war and stuff like that. Plus, I also feel with some of the plans to make federations more interesting and have more diplomatic actions going on there, instead of just the kind of boring right now thing where you form a federation and then it's just like a rotating leadership, and when you're not the leader, you... Actually, no, they changed that, didn't they? You can still declare separate wars even when you're part of a federation now, right? I'm pretty sure that was one of the first things they changed. Was that even in this patch in 1.3? I think so. Anyway, I don't know. These are just some random ideas that have been kind of percolating in my head, and we still need alien pets before we can actually do anything with this. But I guess we might as well research it, because that extra happiness could be good. And then again, I'd rather get rid of more tile blockers, so we'll do that first. Anyway, so yeah, wrap this episode up just with some thoughts and ideas and stuff, which I really should be writing this stuff down and maybe submitting it somewhere where Paradox is actually likely to see it. Because, who knows? Anyway, I don't know. Those are just some of my ideas. Let me know what you think down in the comments below on what you would like to see to sort of improve and flesh out more the whole diplomatic and the whole peacetime game. And yeah, let me know what you think. And for now, that's going to do it for this episode. So until the next time, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.